day, and it's round 9 of the F4 British Championship. A little earlier we saw a first win in the category for Aidan Neate, but it's championship leader Alex Dunn, I think, who's back on pole position for round 9. And Phil Glue and Richard John Neal, back to you.
It was a cracking race that we saw earlier on. This one perhaps we can expect to be a little bit more straightforward, because this is the second of the fastest off the front races for the F4 British Championship. A little bit of a problem for Louis Sharp getting away. What was the problem there, Phil?
Yeah, they've had a few problems trying to get away off the line, but it looks like he's sorted that one, and maybe he stalled and just had to restart it. But yeah, he's away again now.
That's good news. So the championship leader Alex Dunn from new second place man Ollie Gray. It's Alex Dunn who qualified double pole here this weekend. There he is behind the pace car here, driven by Scott Stringfellow. Scotty in good form this weekend as well, having a natter with him yesterday, which was always good. And Dunn, the young Irishman, we've got two Irishmen, very multinational championship F4, with Irish lad on pole position, Englishman in P2, American in third position, New Zealand Kiwi Louis Sharp, we saw struggling to get away in fourth on the grid. So it is a very, very good cosmopolitan mix, and the place where drivers want to come. This is the first year. A lot of teams and drivers sort of holding back and just seeing how it goes, which is generally what happens when you launch a new formula. Some people will have a look, but in my mind there was no question this was going to be a success. Let's have a look at the grid and how they line up for round 9 of the 2022 Rocket F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. Alex Dunn on pole from Ollie Gray. Ugo Achukwu is on row 2 with Louis Sharp. Row 3, Eduardo Cosatang and Joseph Loke. Aidan Neate, race 2 winner, he's on row 4 with Georgi Dimitrov. Then Daniel Ginchard and Ed Pearson. Michael Shin on row 6 with Noah Lyle. Behind Noah, it's Joel Pearson and Adam Fitzgerald. Ollie Stewart and Daniel Mavlyatov completing the grid. Ollie Stewart third in the Rookie Championship at the moment, checking the stats in between races. So Ollie doing well. There is our championship leader Alex Dunn, followed by Oliver Gray in P2. Sharp has managed to get his position back on the grid, so got himself sorted out. Yeah,
it wasn't too delayed there. There's a few people that maybe went by him, but it's only when you drop right to the back that you have to start at the back. So yeah, if you can get going before the last runner goes by, then you're all good to line up on his good slot. So he's starting 4th on the grid. So yes, you didn't want to lose that one.
We're hearing there was a spin for Michael Shin.
Oh yeah, he is coming through, so I wonder if he had the same problem of dropping all the way to the back, or either way, he's got his grid slot, and I think we're about to start.
All clear at the back, as signalled by our start line marshal at the back. 5-second board, the lights will go on. Is it going to be a long hold for them here for round 9? Very quickly out. Dunn makes a good start. Ugo Achukwu looking for second place. Dives down the inside. Gets up to second. Tags the back of the race leader's car. And it's Ollie Gray in blue challenging in the 63 around the outside. Achukwu didn't know which way to go for sure. And so it is Dunn that leads, but coming under pressure from Ollie Gray, who tucks into second place, and Achukwu is down to 4th.
Yeah, there's a bit of damage there. So I think that's Cosatang who's got a front wing damage, but I feel that Ugo was a little bit blocked there, and you're not supposed to keep changing direction, and Dunn definitely changed direction a couple of times, and that's why the contact started. And he's lucky that his wing didn't get damaged. Oh, you got Gray who's run wide. He's had a moment through Noble. He's run wide. I don't know whether he's got a problem or he's just lost the rear, but he's got to try and get back on the track. It looks like there might be some sort of issue because he's going very slowly, but Sharp there, he's in 4th place still. He's trying to get around the outside as they go through Church. Fastest corner on the circuit. So yeah, all action at the start there, isn't there?
Yeah, Oliver Gray, second in the championship, was starting to get some momentum together, getting ahead of his teammate Achukwu in the championship standings. This is Joseph Loke challenging Sharp on the outside.
What
great moves. Joseph Loke loves Thruxton. Had his first win in F4 here in the Gen 1 car last year.
Yeah, he just went round the outside, managed to outbrake him, and then took back. Oh, he got shot. Oh, look at that as they squeeze him going down the start-finish straight. So that was Loke, Sharp, and
Aidan Neate.
In Neate as well, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, that was a neat move.
Oh, nicely done.
Here we go. So Aidan Neate goes through it. It's Eduardo Cosatang in pit lane, the high-tech GP runner. He'll be sorted out, get him back out as soon as possible. So some major shocks in this one. I was saying this race was going to be more straightforward than the reverse grid race. Here's the start.
So you can see you've got the pole sitter who's looking at his mirrors, goes one way, then goes the other, but then they get locked on each other. And yes, he's lucky to not lose his nose cone there. So yeah, and then obviously then he got slowed down. That gave Gray a run, but I don't know what happened to Gray as they went through Noble. Maybe we'll get a replay in a bit. But yes, so back to the front. You got Dunn, Ugochukwu, Sharp, Loke, Neat, Dimitrov. So they're all battling for the lead there, but you've got a bit of a breakaway with Dunn setting the fastest lap on the first lap. As you can see, Pearson now trying to get past Ginchard as he toes up to him, goes round the outside, tries to outbrake him, but Ginchard is very good on the brakes. We noticed that in race 2 of the weekend, and he keeps that position.
He was very impressive, wasn't he, in that reverse grid race, and got his first podium. There was a number of firsts in that, which we'll come back to. Is this the Ollie Gray moment? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, not sure what happened. I don't know whether he's got a puncture, slow puncture, or something. We're not going to be able to find out probably until after the race, but it was very unusual because it's an easy, flat-out corner, that corner. So, yeah, he's definitely got some sort of issue. But Dunn is checking out, isn't he?
He is. So the way this will pan out, assuming that Chukwu gets to the finish, and there's no reason to suppose he won't, he'll reclaim second place in the championship from Ollie Gray. So Dunn is the leader of the championship, High-Tech GP, and then the two Carlin boys second and third. Ed Pearson making a move here and looking to pass Georgi Dimitrov, the JHR run driver. Very neat.
Yes, that was good. Around the outside again as they go through Goodwood, but Dimitrov tried to have it covered. But Pearson is on a mission here. He's already been battling with Ginchard. He's now battled with Dimitrov. So yeah, Ed Pearson doing a great job.
So nice to see him settling in. Here's the replay.
As you can see, he goes around the outside. That's an unusual one there. He's obviously a flat-out corner in these cars. He's out on the marbles. As the weekend goes on, you'll see a lot more marbles appear from the touring cars. You can see it a little bit from that shot. But around Goodwood, it's usually absolutely covered in marbles. And but he's managed to make it stick and get around the outside. It's a great move from him.
Yeah, good to see Ed Pearson making the move up from the Ginetta Junior Championship last year. So this is first season of car single-seater racing. And Ginchard's still involved here with Joseph Loke. These two battling it out for 5th place at the moment. Aidan Neat's checked out and got away from them. Neat was fastest, remember, in race 2. So he's getting hooked up. He's got that confidence that he'll get from his first win. And he's running in 4th place at the moment. Done with the fastest lap of the race, 1:11.035 on lap 2.
Ed Pearson, look, he's all over the back of Loke there as well. So Loke ran a little bit wide as he went into the complex, and that's what allowed Ginchard through. So you can see them battling, going through the chicane just previous to that. And there's a little bit of contact maybe with Lyle and Stewart, but no, so they got through it all cleanly and safely, running side by side as they came over the start-finish strike. So a good move from Stewart. But yeah, here we go again. We've got the Virtuosi cars side by side, along with Dimitrov there. That's Shin that's just got past Pearson.
Yeah, Shin, remember, won the reverse grid race earlier on in the year, which is good for him. And the thing I neglected to mention, which is of no interest to viewers at all, he's got the best mullet going at the moment, isn't he?
He certainly has. I saw him on the podium. It's amazing, isn't it? But these two, obviously, coached by Jamie Caroline, ex-British F4 champion with Carlin. So, yeah, they're getting some good advice from him. And, yeah, obviously need to start working together because they both look very quick. I don't know whether they've saved some tyres for this last race because they do look extremely quick. There's 2 sets of tyres you get for the weekend, and you can use them when you want. Most people use both sets in qualifying, so then obviously you get the best lap time you possibly can, and then they're scrub tyres ready for the 3 races. But if you just use them wisely, I think Virtuosi actually only use 6 tyres for qualifying. So they use 1 set, and then they put the left-hand side tyres on for another run at qualifying, because obviously it's a clockwise track where they're mainly right-handers. So maybe they've used a new set for this race.
Look at the lead that Alex Dunn has got. If this guy doesn't go further up the ladder in single-seaters, then I want to know why. Same with Ugochukwu in his first year of car racing. Dunn, not a rookie. We've got a challenge on here as through on the inside looks Dimitrov. Trying to get that position back. Shin getting the better of him.
Yeah, Shin managed to hang that round the outside there and keep that position as they go over that curb. So now Pearson is all over the back of him now, trying to get a slipstream up into the first complex, and Ed Pearson goes to the outside. He needs to try and outbrake him, but no, I think he's backed out. He got a little bit of a lock up there for Shin. So yeah, Dimitrov is trying to attack and defend here. Big slide there for Pearson as he hits the inside curve as he goes to the second part of the complex.
Great shot, really shows you how hard they're working, how on the edge they are. And we've got Joel Pearson coming up as well in 10th position. Joel Pearson's got himself into the points. 11th place is Adam Fitzgerald, and I'll name check Adam Fitzgerald behind the red and black car here because he got his first outright championship points. He had points from race 2 before, where you get points for passing or gaining on your starting position, but he actually got into the top 10 yesterday and had his first championship point. So well done to Adam Fitzgerald, who's running well. And here's his countryman Alex Dunn, who leads this one by 3 seconds on the last lap. We're about to see how far this has gone out. That was a pointless pit board, wasn't it? P1, he knows that, but yeah. The guys are doing their job. Well done, fellas.
And he's got the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 10.8. He did a 10.9 on the previous lap. The other guys are doing 11.5, so he's a lot quicker at the minute and keeps on pulling away. So he's, unless anything drastically goes wrong, he has got an easy win here.
Shin trying to close down on Loke, having dealt with Dimitrov, so the Virtuosi cars in with the JHR machines at the moment. The JHRs are the silver liveries, and Virtuosi in a good move there. That's Ollie Gray coming back through the field, so yeah. Gray he's got a lap on him though, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He must have got back. Maybe did he pit? I don't know whether he either had a problem in the first place, but as you can see, Joel Pearson going around the outside of Dimitrov there. Great move through Noble. Now, as you can see, also getting done into Goodwood. So that was Fitzgerald, yeah, like you mentioned before. He's just made another position up. Great driving from Joel Pearson. He's having a great weekend so far.
It is. Haven't had a proper chance to catch up with Joel, so we'll try and do that before our next outing, which is 2 weeks' time at Alton Park. It's going to be fascinating to see these cars going around Alton Park, particularly the reverse grid race. So it's Dunn leading. Ugo Achuku, the American, is in second place. Took a win in front of Zach Brown at Brands Hatch. You might remember last time he's McLaren team boss as a McLaren F1 junior driver. Shin now the 63 blue car is a lap down, so he's got 3 wide here. It's Noah Lyle on the outside. An excellent podium in the reverse grid race for Noah, who started on pole position. And it's Ollie Gray unlapping himself there in 63.
He is absolutely flying, isn't he, Gray? As you can see him carving through the field as he's trying to unlap himself. So yeah, obviously he's down in last place, but his lap times are very, very good considering he's coming through the field and having to overtake whenever he comes up against the car. But yeah, that was Pearson. He's just managed to repass, so Pearson should try and chase him down now and go with him to find the next car. Yeah,
that would be a sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? If you're wondering why Oliver Gray is still out on track, 2 reasons. Oh, we'll come back to that. Overtake on the previous lap.
We got Dimitrov, they've got Lyle, and then we also had Stewart as well, I think, come into the mix. So Lyle's having it all crossed up as he's coming round the outside. And as you can see, it brings Stewart straight into the mix, and that's why they're running side by side as they came over the start-finish line.
Done fastest lap, and I'll come back to that point that I was making about why would you stay out there. Well, one, it's about seat time and testing, and you've paid for your time, so make the most of it, which is what Ollie Gray's doing. The other thing he's trying to do is wrestle the fastest lap, the Motul fastest lap, from this man to get a bonus championship point.
Yeah, he's just done an 11.6 on that last lap, and he did overtake someone, so if he gets some clean air, maybe he can try and get the fastest lap, like you say, off done. As you can see, Fitzgerald's going round the outside of Pearson. Does he make it stick? They're side by side. Joel's going to have to move to the right. That was a wise move not to try and get through side by side, because there would have been contact and he could have hit the bale. So it wasn't a nice move over the grass, but it looks like he's still in the race and he can try and chase him back and fight for that position again.
This is Fitzgerald's best weekend of the season so far. He's up into 9th place, so he's more than 1 place inside the championship points here, which is great for the young Irishman. So he's going to be very happy. And we've got another meeting at Thruxton in August.
Yeah, I love coming to Thruxton. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's a great circuit. Look at these fast sweeping bends. It's so nice and wide. You get some great racing and some great slipstreaming as well. As you can see, Lyle on Pearson now in the slipstream, trying to get as close as he can. He goes to the inside, he goes to the outside. Can he get around the outside? Doesn't look like he can this time. Pearson doing a great job, still trying to stay in touch with the car in front, but also defending from Lyle.
Ollie Stewart had a little lock up behind them. This battle here is for the last championship point, solitary 1 point for 10th place. And we'll see whether it is going to change. But Lyle, I think, buoyed by that wonderful podium he did earlier on, led the second race for much of it, and he was very, very nervous having his first one. Qualified in 10th place, first time in the top 10, and that gave him the reverse grid pole position for the first time. Great experience of him driving off the front, and again it looks like he's carried that confidence that he had from the podium into this race.
Absolutely, yeah, and you can see this battle behind him is is still going. Lyle just didn't quite get the exit coming out of the complex. Joel Pearson managed to get a good run, so maybe he can get back on terms with Fitzgerald and see if he can take that position back. But great bit of airtime for Joel Pearson, who's obviously missed a year of racing, not hardly done any testing at all. And every time in between races, he's always trying to get out in the car, get up to speed, try and catch up with all these guys that have done like 30, 40, 50 test days. Big lock up there. Shin is breaking into the final chicane.
Yeah, Shin coming under pressure. Now, I don't know whether he realises that Oliver Webb is a lap down. I guess most of these drivers won't know that.
No, that's true, yeah. He's obviously they would have seen him go off through Noble, so they don't know how far back he went. But yeah, he is definitely a lap down. So he's going to go for that move down the inside. You can see Shin just has it covered. But yeah, Gray is certainly on a mission, isn't he?
Carlin having a good weekend pace-wise, because all three cars were in the top 4 at the start of the weekend, and they've, after probably a frustrating season for them in Gen 1 F4 the last couple of seasons, but now really back at the sharp end, and the team, can't say the team to beat, because obviously High-Tech are out front here. Well,
this is their first year of F4, and they're doing a fantastic job with Dunn. Obviously, Dunn is doing a great job out in Italy as well, leading that championship, and that's what's great about these new F4 cars. They're very similar, with the Arbath engine and the Tata chassis, that you can race them wherever. You can race them in Italy, race them in Germany, and obviously now in the UK, which is obviously changed for this season.
Hugo's been out testing in Italy as well. I was chatting to Alex Dunn, Noel Dunn, which is Alex's dad, who used to race in Formula Ford 1600. Was always a very welcome visitor to the festival. I keep trying to get him out for this year's festival in the old timers race, but he's not having any of it. He's focused very much on his son's racing. But going back to Hugo, who we're looking at, was testing for the Italian F4 Championship, and first year car driver, so less racing experience in the car. That might be, as you said, he might have had more testing, because a lot of drivers can get a lot of testing in without necessarily having the races to back them up. So sometimes the rookie flag can be a little bit of a misnomer in terms of the amount of time that they've spent in the car, but it is what it is, and this guy's had all the rookie wins so far, bar I think from 2, Daniel Ginchard winning race 2 at Donington, the reverse grid race, and taking the rookie win in race 2 this weekend here.
He's managed by the same guys that manage Lando Norris as well, so they put him on a very similar program in terms of how he tests and who he works with. Obviously with Carlin, the same team, and he's doing everything right, everything he needs to do. And obviously with his management company, who have done it once before, it's a great case study to be able to do it again. So yeah, they've definitely ramped up the test program for Hugo, and it's paying off for sure.
Shin chasing Loke at the moment with Ed Pearson, who hasn't been left, has he, by his teammates. It's been fascinating to watch Pearson and Shin, the two teammates. The inter-team battles are often as fascinating as what you see on track in these championships, and Ed Pearson and Michael Shin. Okay, Shin's had the reverse grid race win, but Pearson will be capable of it when he gets into that position himself. Yeah,
absolutely. We were obviously focusing on Pearson earlier, because he's the one that looked like he was carving through the field, overtaking some great names there. Obviously battling with a Ginchard at one point, and yeah, you can just see there that's Dunn just running a little bit wide as he came out of the complex, as he comes up to Noble, so he is still absolutely on the limit. But going back to these two, the Virtuosi cars, we were focused on Pearson, and you've got Shin, who's managed to get past him, and he's still managing to catch Loke as well.
Yeah, Loke, the top JHR driver in this one, a Chuku top Carlin man, and sharp second in the Carlin stakes.
Look at this, he's got the slipstream, he's gone to the outside. Can he get round the outside? It looks like Loke's going to try and squeeze him wide. There's a little bit of contact. He's had to go across the chicane. That might allow Pearson, his teammate, to get a run. But yeah, great effort from Shin.
He was having a go, was he? Was not content with just sitting back in 7th position. Shin still chasing Loke. Pearson wants to go now. He's, come on, let me get up the front and have a go. But their teammates both paying for their seats. There won't be any orders, and they'll fight it out for position. And Pearson tries the outside run here. This is good stuff from Pearson and Shin as well.
Great job from Pearson. He timed that perfectly. He managed to outbrake. He managed to make it stick around the outside, which is always hard to do, especially when you go into the next left-hander, which is absolutely flat out. He managed to make it stick, and now he's going to try and chase Loke. But look at this. As you can see, outbraked him, managed to still turn without locking up, keep it on the circuit, and managed to get in front before the left.
Do you know what, Phil? I think this race for me has exceeded expectations so far. We knew we were going to get some overtakes here at Thruxton. as opposed to, say, next time we're at Alton Park, it's going to be a lot more technical, a lot more difficult for the drivers. But we've seen some good moves here.
We have, yeah, and Thruxton always provides that, doesn't it? Like I said earlier, it's a great circuit. It's a great racer's track. You've obviously getting the slipstream, which allows a little bit more overtaking. And as you can see, Pearson having to go on Loke now, once again, just like Shin did the lap before. But Loke seems to manage to defend that perfectly.
He did. Loke is a good attacking driver, but a good defender as well. As I mentioned in race 2, feeling a little bit under the weather this weekend. And if this is what he can do when he's feeling a bit poorly, maybe he's better today. Still 6th position. Ginchard ahead of them. Rookie podium in the offing for him. Fitzgerald could get a rookie podium. He's running 3rd in the rookies, 9th overall in the championship points, as too still is Joel Pearson. So Pearson on for some points, and they're going to be... That's what their target is if you're just outside the top 10. It's all about trying to get points and then climbing your way up the order. Now, what can Pearson do here now, though?
Well, he just needs to stay on terms with Lowe as he comes through Noble. He's closer than before. If he can just open up this corner, stay in that slipstream. As you come out of Goodwood, he's already trying to get down the inside before you get to Church, but usually that one's covered and you're always pushed out to the left-hand side. But you can see Loke defended early. Now Pearson is trying to get a run through Church. This is his chance to get that slipstream once again. He is definitely closer than the lap before. He's already going to the outside, ready to outbrake him going into the final chicane. It does definitely look a little bit closer, but Loke always manages to brake late and just squeeze him. Will there be a lockup? Looks like they're all good. Loke's got it covered once again.
I had a very broad grin on my face as that move started going through Church. Fantastic bit of racing. It didn't result in a pass, but this is great cat and mouse stuff between this pair.
It's superb, isn't it? And he's still on as well as they come out of the chicane. They didn't hold each other up, so that means that they managed to get the run. And again, he's going to the outside. Pearson, as he's managing to outbrake him. Is there any lockups once again? No. Now Loke runs a little bit wide. Now is this going to allow Pearson to get a run? He's now going to be on the inside. Oh, he's lost his wing. Loke's lost his front wing. He's just caught it on the rear of Pearson. Now is Pearson going to have a puncture? Shin is now having a run on his teammate, but that was so close. What a shame.
Yeah, big pity. Joseph Loke, fair fight, really good racing from the youngster, and loses out. He's going to have to pit. They can fit a new one on, but that's any chance of points gone.
Yeah, that's what a shame. As you can see now, he ran a little bit wide, and as he's now on the inside, as he's trying to turn into the left, look at that, the slightest of contact. I think it caught his wheel, so that means that his tyre should be okay, but he's a better shot here. He tried to leave room, but he's unfortunately it gets so tight through there. It is a common accident there, but real shame for Loke. So he's going to have to come in, get that changed, and get going again. Look at this. Dunn still flying around the circuit, sliding around as it's coming out the complex, absolutely on the limit. His last lap he did an 11.3. In fact, Ugo was a little bit quicker on 11.2 that last lap, but unfortunately he's 7.5 seconds behind. So yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything. This is the final lap, so Dunn will get another win. So even more points for his championship.
Yeah, plus the fastest lap. He's the only driver to break into the 1:10 10s. It's been a fantastic weekend, and we've got a strong Irish contingent in the paddock, and they're all asking me about how Alex Dunn is doing when you go and talk to them, and they look, and they'll probably be watching this and cheering this youngster on. So the car 22, the 16-year-old from Offaly, is going to take the win as he comes through the chicane for the last time. He's so clear, he's 7.5 seconds clear. It's been another dominant weekend. 2 pole positions, 2 race wins, a hatful of points in the reverse grid race, and Alex Dunn wins round 9 of the Rocket F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. A rookie win for Ugo Ojukwu for Carlin in second. Louis Sharp's on the podium again, another Carlin podium, another podium for the youngest man in the championship, Louis Sharp. He finishes third from Aidan Neat in fourth. Didn't see a lot of Aidan in that one, but another great drive as Fitzgerald and Pearson dicing over 9th place.
Oh, that was so close to having contact there. Joel Pearson managed to keep that position. Great bit of driving. P8 for Joel Pearson. Sorry, P7.
P7 at the end. So who have we lost? Shin disappeared on that last lap. So it was Ed Pearson in 6th, Joel Pearson 7th from Fitzgerald, and then Ollie Stewart got into the points at the end. So after disappointing qualifying, the man third in the rookie championship, Ollie Stewart, goes home with a couple of championship points from race 3. A good way to end the meeting for him, from Noah Lyle, who completes the top 10.
It looks like Shin has not crossed the line, so that's Kosateng who's finished 12th. So Shin, yeah, as we can see here, he's stopped, and he's got front wing damage as well. We'll see what happened. Oh, he's got a puncture. Front right, and that's ripped his wing off, so I wonder how he got that front right puncture, but he's managed to get it off the circuit safely. So yeah,
Good
Dunn
race. Good
wins
race that.
it again. Awesome race, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll have more of that when we come back in August, which was, you're right, Thruxton lends itself to this specification of car. It did the previous gen car as well. The new car with the Abarth engine, the tattoo chassis, the halo to protect the drivers. It's a winning formula thus far, and that win number 6 of the 2022 season. Alex Dunn wins round 9 of the championship, 6th win of the season ahead of Ugo Chukwu, Louis Sharp in 3rd from Aidan Neate and Daniel Ginchard. 6th position goes to Ed Pearson from Joel Pearson, then Adam Fitzgerald, Oliver Stewart in 9th. The points finish is completed by Noah Lyle. 11th was Georgi Dimitrov from Eduardo Kosatang, Daniel Mavlyatov in 13th. Problems we saw for Michael Shin, Joseph Loke and Ollie Gray.